Senator Rick Scott on Monday weighed in on the U.S.'s disastrous executed withdrawal from Afghanistan. He raised the question of whether the time had arrived to invoke the 25th Amendment to remove Joe Biden. He also stated that inflation is raging, the debt ceiling expired, and U.S. debt is headed for $45 trillion. Kabul is falling to the Taliban, and encounters in the border crisis just hit a 20-year high. Democrats control the House, Senate, and White House. What in the world is Joe Biden doing? And finally, Senator Tom Cotton on Monday ripped Joe Biden for his execution of the decision months ago to withdraw U.S. troops from Afghanistan. He said that regardless of one's position on the decision itself to withdraw, the execution of Biden's withdrawal has been recklessly negligent. The scenes from Kabul and Afghanistan, more broadly, are tragic and catastrophic for America. Joe Biden announced about 4 months ago that we would withdraw from Afghanistan. There is a difference between the decision to withdraw and how the decision was executed. Whatever you think of the first decision, the execution of Joe Biden has been recklessly negligent. In the last 12 to 18 hours, we have had 400 to 500 people contacting us, pleading for assistance for how to get to the airport and get out of Afghanistan. And remember, these are not just Afghan civilians who helped us. These are American citizens holding American passports who for 4 months did not receive guidance about what to do. And now the country is overtaken by an outlaw criminal gang like the Taliban, threatening the least of hundreds, if not thousands, of Americans, to say nothing of the strategic consequences for years to come for America and the world. So there is no denying that this is a very catastrophic situation. But before I let you go, I'd like to bring just one last report, and this comes from the Jerusalem Post. And it goes into those nations that will benefit from Taliban taking power. And they are as follows: Qatar, Russia, China, Pakistan, Turkey, and Iran. And this can be seen in various ways. Most of these countries hosted the Taliban or tacitly backed them. Others, such as Turkey, have sought to have a role in putting America in Afghanistan. Iran's media is full of stories arguing that the Taliban won't export extremism or threaten anyone, and that Iran has always helped the Afghan people. Meanwhile, Qatar's Al Jazeera was on hand to showcase the Taliban taking the presidential palace in Kabul. And it appears that Qatar had advanced knowledge of the Taliban's plans because Doha had been hosting the Taliban for years. Qatar has a large U.S. military base, but has always backed religious extremists, including Hamas, and has given red carpet treatment to the Taliban. This is a big win for Qatar, and it will use it for leverage across the Middle East. While Qatar and Turkey benefit because of their links to Islamic groups and general backing for far-right Islamic movements, Iran benefits from seeing the U.S. leave its doorstep. Iran also wants the U.S. out of Iraq, and will use the Afghan chaos to push it to leave Iraq as well. Turkey will be working with Russia and Iran in Syria to try to get the U.S. to leave. All of these countries agree that they want America gone from the region. Russia and
They want them out of the Middle East, man. All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to all the elders and apostles of GMS to top in this truth. And shallow piece of shalom to the whole for the elect, man. All right. This is Job 18 and 11. Job 18 and 11. And it says, terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. And that's what's ultimately end up happening, man. Okay. Esau Edom is running scared, man. Okay. So like you're still a little under the weather. Esau Edom is running scared. And I believe that had it not been for I really believe that they wanted to try to cover this up, but other news was reporting that they got their arses handed to them, man. All right. These other nations are grown tired, man, of Esau Edom and Babylon the Great, man, and how they've been dealing treacherously with the other nations. Okay, let me see what we got here. Got a few scriptures pulled up. Just gonna be real quick, man. Just a real quick lesson, not too long. This is Jeremiah 50:23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? And we know this, man. America is the hammer of the earth through its military might. They have bases and embassies all over the world, man. Okay, all over the world, and setting up and policing other nations, other countries under the guise of democracy, man, and and freedom, and coming in and helping these nations. But in the long run, all they've done was make these places a desolate wilderness. All right, and you strip the people of any of living a decent future and a decent life. Okay, spoiling a man's house, even a man's heritage, if you will, from you generation generation in these third world, quote unquote, third world countries. These people are poverty stricken. All right, like it's very bad, and it's because of Esau Edom. There is enough wealth and resources on the planet for everyone to live comfortably, but the rich elite don't want things that way. All right, they want to herd all things and all people unto himself, man. Like in the book of Habakkuk. All right, we'll actually well, I'll read this and then we'll go over and get that. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou have striven against the Lord Yahweh. And America has striven against it. I was going back and forth with this demonic ass Edomite, just really I'm being a busybody, man. Being a busybody. He had made a comment on Farrakhan. It's crazy how whenever you come against America and all the madness that they've promoted through the rape, robbery, and murder, and the belittling of people, of the Lord's chosen people, if you will. Okay, when you speak out against that, when you speak out against wickedness and Esau's policies, how you're deemed how you're deemed the militant, or you're hating on America, or you've been brainwashed. How have I been brainwashed? I've coming out of the brainwashing. All right, coming out of being a sheep and understanding that this place is destroyed and doomed, and it is the mystery Babylon that the Bible speaks of. Okay, in every form or fashion. Okay, through its policies that it forces on the people. Okay, the homosexuality and the pedophilia, the sex trafficking, the pillaging of other nations and their natural resources. Okay, all this can be found in the scriptures, man. All right. So the Babylon has striven against the Lord Yahweh, man. All right, by transgressing, all right, iniquity, sin on top of sin, man. Let me see. Yeah, we might as well read it, man, because these nations are gearing up, man. World War III is getting ready to come, and you can see that as well as Revelations 13 and 16 getting ready to come as well. Okay, those are looking like they're coming down the pipe around the same time. All right, which is ultimately the mark of the beast. All right, the Lord Yahweh have opened up his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation, thermonuclear fire, man. All right, other armies, other nations are gearing up and getting ready. Here you got today a video of China threatening to obliterate the American troops down in Taiwan, saying that they will obliterate them. Do you hear the speech and the boldness and the brashness of these other nations, their disdain, hatred towards this whore, man? Whore being America, okay? For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh, thy power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. And the Chaldeans are these rich elites who secretly run Babylon, man. Run America from afar, okay? Amalek, all right? Let me see. This is Habakkuk or Habakkuk. And here we go, man. We'll start at oh man, man, Habakkuk is just such a good chapter, man. Like it speaks of this man in this time, man. When you look at then you look at Habakkuk 3, it goes into the return of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right. We'll start at 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end, wait for it. It shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry and is not tarrying. Like the elders and apostles on down started saying these other nations will start to rise up against Babylon and bite thee. It's happening right before your eyes. Okay. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith, and the elect are living by faith, man. Faith that everything that is in the book is written and true. Faith that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua will come for his elect, man, and faith that we will be saved from our enemies. Okay. Verse 5, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And that's what they've done over in when they went into Afghanistan 20 years ago, man. Okay. Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Habotnia, man. All right. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto him? All right, and what's gonna happen to these from these other nations, man. All right, Babylon's gonna become a spoil to them, all right? Because they have spoiled many nations, all the raiment of the people shall spoil thee, because of man's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and all that dwell therein, man. Man. That's what it is, man. Like Habakkuk is such a good chapter, man. It goes right into this man's wickedness and his system, man. All right. This is a late video. We'll actually go ahead and finish this off. I think. Let's see what she has to say, real quick.
China have both hosted Taliban delegations in recent years and months. They want to have open channels to the Taliban and consider recognizing them as a new government with backing.
And see, I always believed that the Taliban was funded from somewhere, and for them to withdraw with the amount of troops that they had over there, and their allies also being able to come in and help, I believe there had to be more than just the Taliban presence there running their arses out of there, man. All right. And it's going to come out, that these other superpowers are backing them, because it's just Esau's time is up, man. It's just what it is. Okay. It's just what it is. This man's time is up. His system is failing. His on life support. Or you can hear the doctors walking down the hallway, all right, with the paperwork in hand, ready to pull the plug. All right, it's a wrap.
From Russia and China, the Taliban can get the international clout that they need and eventually obtain wider recognition. The meetings between Taliban officials and Russian envoys this week, which have been reported, are important. The Russian ambassador to Afghanistan will meet on Tuesday with the coordinator of the leadership of the Taliban movement.
And yeah, so this is just gonna be a real quick. That's it for this video. This is a scene from the airport, but I'm sure a commercial first. I knew a commercial was gonna come, man.
Get lasting hydration, fuller looking,
ridiculous
lips from our hydrating formula with hyaluronic acid.
And they make you watch this mess too, man.
Only from Maybelline, New York.
God, dude.
Hey, Becky. Well, there are scenes of panic and pandemonium at Kabul airport today as desperate people pour onto the runway trying to flee the country in what can only be described as a chaotic exodus. Now, people are literally clinging on to U.S. military aircrafts as they try to take off. The U.S. is in charge of the airport there, but their focus is on the evacuation of American personnel. As far as commercial flights go, it's a disorderly mess with little security, and the commercial flights are currently not running. We know that as of last night, the U.S. military had flown around 500 embassy personnel out of the country.
Yeah, they keep looping. I don't understand why they keep looping the damn
that could cost
Damn
them
video, man.
This morning. And I just wonder, what happened? Do you know what the end result was? The plane can't take off like this. Did they pull it aside?
No, one of the planes actually took off, and there was also some very disturbing video that's emerged of people falling out of the wheel hub of the airplane after it had taken off. But most of the planes were grounded because they simply couldn't take off because there was a stampede of people on the runway, literally, as the video showed, clinging onto the plane. So a lot of them had to be grounded, and then the U.S. Army...
Yeah, Biden, and not just Biden, but... y'all failed those people over there in the Middle East, man, and in Afghanistan. You failed them. You came over, you raided their poppy fields, took their poppy fields, and you left the people with no hope, man. And you tucked tail. Okay, Jeremiah 51:7, man. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Yeah, they bought into your bullshit. They bought into your petrodollar. They bought into your fiat currency. They bought into your democracy. They bought into your politics. They bought into your nuclear deals, and when they denuclearized, you came and you invaded them. They bought into into trusting you that if they tried to drop the petrodollar or the American dollar and try to back their own country with gold, and you raped their people and drug them through the streets. They drug Gaddafi through the streets. Okay, when the Haitian president didn't want his people to dance with Vanessa, you sent the CIA hit squad in and killed him, as well as the president in, I believe, Zimbabwe. I might be wrong. I know it's another African country. So, I mean, and the nations are mad, man. They've drunken your wine, and they're over it, man. Okay? They're over it. So this is just a quick video, man. I hope it was edifying. Shalom.